Good day everyone. Today we'll present and discuss about the sport softball. But before that, I will introduce myself and my group mates. I am MJ Concepcion and this is my group mates, Miss Beverly Vermilio, Miss Hannah Joy Carino, Miss Cruja Castellon, Miss Kelly Fuerte, Miss May Anlagi, Miss Rhea Lopez, Mr. Jofer Manglalan, Miss Jezabel Monson, and Miss LJ Salazar. Softball began in 1887. A reporter for the Chicago Board of Trade invented indoor baseball. By the spring of 1888, the game had spread outdoors and it was originally called either mush ball, kitten ball, or indoor baseball. But by the 1920s, it had acquired the name of softball. Softball has a variation of baseball. The game started with different elements from other sports, of which were boxing and boating. A boating glove and a boxing gloves were the key parts when playing a game of softball. Throughout time, softball was once known as indoor baseball, kitten ball, mush ball, and pumpkin ball. The game then adopted the name softball by the 1930s. Softball then grew a reputation across the United States, and as a result of its growth in popularity, it became well-recognized sports around the world.
When was softball invented? So, softball was invented inside the Farragut's Golf Club on the blustery on winter day in November 1887 in Chicago, Iowa.
Who invented the concept of softball? George Hancock. Softball, which according to the Amateur Softball Association, or what we call the ASA. It is the most played team sport in the United States, has an interesting history. The sport started on Thanksgiving Day 1887 and was invented by a Chicago Board of Trade reporter named George Hancock.
Why do they call it softball? So the name softball was given to the game in 1926 because the ball used to be soft. However, in modern day usage, the balls are hard. A tournament held in 1933 at the Chicago World's Fair spurred interest in the game. All in all, softball is great representation of the hegemonic idea, sexuality, and gender. When looking at baseball and softball through the lens, the hard and softball, we can see the clear division of gender. Hard relating to the man's ability to get an erection, and soft woman lacks of a phallus. When we analyze the name, it comes to represent the ideology of women's being soft and non-aggressive, which makes them seem less athletic than men.
Why is softball girly sport? When Title IX, the 1972 law required equal funding to both male and female sports finally appeared, women were given fair ground on nearly every sport, and in that case, it was softball. In 1972, Title IX was issued. This law mandates equal funding to both men and women sports teams. Title IX gave women a fair opportunity in almost all sports. However, this law includes baseball instead. Title IX mandates that all there must be an equal sport that women can play, which in that case, it was softball.
Where is softball most popular? According to the latest World Baseball Softball Confederation WBSC rankings, the United States and Japan are once again the top-ranked international softball teams in the world. Softball is one of the most popular sports in the U.S. Some estimates are that 40 million Americans will play at least one softball game during a year. The game is played by all ages and there are thousands of teams that compete at tournaments year-round. And according to the statistics, U.S. amounted to approximately 9.69 million number of participants in 2018. Softball, along with baseball, both of which are popular in Japan, were approved for competition in Tokyo. The sport's Olympic return, however, is bittersweet. There is no guarantee that softball will be featured in another games. Softball first became an Olympic sport in 1996, and it appeared in each Summer Games through those in 2008 in Beijing, after which it was dropped.
The important rules of softball. First, we have running the bases. Second, 3 outs per team per inning. Third, 3 strike and you're out. Fourth, 4 balls is a walk. Fifth, 7 innings in a game. 6, 9 players per team. 7, pitchers must throw underhand. 8, foul balls are softball hit out of play. 9, runners must stay within the base path. 10, getting hit by a pitch means a free base. Running the base. Within the sport of softball, there are 4 bases, which is first base, second base, third base, and home plate. The runners must step on each base as they advance from one another. 3 outs per team per inning. Each team is allowed 3 outs while at bat each inning. The third one is 3 strikes and you're out. Each at bat, a batter is allowed 3 strikes before they are called out. 4 balls is a walk. Each at bat, if the pitcher throws 4 balls before getting 3 strikes or having the batter hit the softball into play, the batter is awarded first base. 7 innings in a game. In each individual softball game, there are 7 full innings played, and whichever team has the most runs at the end of the 7 innings is deemed or awarded as a winner. 9 players per team. Each team is allowed 9 active players per game. Pitchers must throw underhand. Pitchers in softball must throw the ball in underhand motion with their hand below their tip. We have the 8. Foul balls are softballs hit out of play. Foul balls are any softballs hit out of the regulation field of play. Runners must stay within the base path. While advancing around all 4 bases, runners must stay within the designated base path or they will be called out. Getting hit by a pitch means a free base. When batter is hit by a ball thrown by the pitcher outside of the strike zone, they are awarded first base. And that is the 10 important rules of softball.
Equipment. First is the ball. The ball is most often covered in white or yellow leather in 2 pieces roughly the shape of a figure 8. The core of the ball may be made of long fiber kapok or a mixture of cork and rubber or a polyurethane mixture. Second is the bat. The bat used by the batter can be made of wood, aluminum, or composite material such as carbon fiber. Next is the gloves. All defensive players wear fielding gloves made of leather or similar material. Gloves have webbing between the thumb and forefinger known as the packer. Fourth is the ankle guard. Ankle guard offers at-bat protection for baseball and softball players alike. The adjustable hook and loop straps make wearing the protection ankle guard comfortable for left and right hitters. Fifth is the batting helmet. A helmet must have 2 ear flaps, one on each side. Helmets and cages that are damaged or altered are forbidden. Sixth is the arm guard. Arm guard serve to give umpires protection from a bruise or to give you additional protection to susceptible. Uncover body parts while you umpire behind the plate.
Positions of softball. The number 1 position of softball is the pitchers. Pitchers are in control of the pace of the game. Number 2 position on the field is the catcher. Catcher must control and corral the pitcher. She has to be physically and mentally quick. First baseman. First baseman is the position number 3 on the field. The first baseman is paid to hit and hit for power. That's job number 1. Beyond that, he needs to pick bad throws, be a great, large target and read throws well, to get outs on every throw he can from other infielders. Number 4 position on the field is the second baseman. second baseman in softball are typically great defensive players, but often lack a strong throwing arm. Shortstop. Shortstop is the number 6 position on the field. They are usually the best athletes on the field at all levels of softball. Third baseman. Third baseman is the number 5 position on the field. They have a similar skill set to shortstops, but they hit for more power and more offensive in general, with slightly less range and foot. Left fielder. Left fielder is the position number 7 on the field. They typically have good speed and fielding skills. They are expected to be good contributors at the plate. The number 8 position on the field is the center fielder. The center fielder, requires lots of speed and great fly ball reading ability. It's the most demanding outfield position with lots of ground to cover. And the last position on the field is the right fielder. The right fielder is most commonly known for very strong arms. The throw from right field to third base is very long, hence the need for good arm strength.
3 types of softball. The first one is the fast-pitch softball. The pitcher delivers the ball at a maximum speed with little no arc. And then the second one is modified pitch softball. The speed of the pitcher is limited by not allowing the pitcher to raise their arm above their shoulder. The third one is the slow pitch softball. Softball gives more dominance by making easier for them to hit.
Softball is played between two teams on a large field with 9 or 10 players from one team on the field at a time. So there's a 4 bases on the infield, which is the first base, second base, third base, and the home plate.